Today we're going to introduce marketing to undergraduate students that may not be familiar with the terms and concepts relating to the science and the subject and the study. If a survey was conducted with students prior to taking a marketing class, the overwhelming majority of students would associate marketing with just two functions, selling and advertising. While those two functions are a part of marketing, in fact, marketing is much more than just those two functions. As famed management consultant Peter Drucker is quoted as saying, "Marketing is an essential core competency of any organization. It delivers revenue to a firm by creating products and creating services that can be transferred to customers in return for money or revenue. All other functions within a firm support the marketing function and are just costs to the firm." According to the American Marketing Association, the chief industry association for marketers, marketing can be defined as an organizational function and a collection of processes designed to plan for, create, communicate, and deliver value to customers. Marketing also builds effective customer relationships in ways that benefit the organization and its stakeholders. Keep in mind this definition, especially the definition relating to building customer relationships. We will find out as we move throughout the semester and throughout the study of marketing that building relationships with consumers, especially so that they could come back and buy your product again and again, is a critical component of marketing in today's business world. Marketing's function within the organization is wide-ranging. It is the key link between the firm and its customers. The marketing department takes on the responsibility of identifying the customer's needs and requirements. The marketing department then provides this information to other internal marketing participants, such as the other departments within a company, such as production, finance, human resources, etc., and top management. External marketing participants include consumers, but also include government regulatory agencies. They also include the firm's investors who have a vested interest in the firm making money and doing well. It includes their partners / vendors / retailers. So marketing is very critical within an organization, and it is a main functional area of an organization. Every name outlined in these boxes in this organizational structure is referred to as a functional area of a business. The marketing department is equal to all these departments and is responsible for working with them to carry out the goals and mission of the organization. All of the functions that marketing partakes in fall under three main categories: the exchange process, the physical process, or the physical functions, and facilitating. Exchange functions are those which promote and enable transfer of ownership of product. These include pricing and promotion. The physical functions allow for the flow of goods from producer to consumer, which includes the place or where the products are going to be distributed. The physical functions takes into account shipping, warehousing, and packaging. The physical function has taken on added importance in organizations over the last 2 decades as more and more products are being manufactured overseas. In fact, many colleges have separate fields of study that deal specifically with the physical functions of marketing in a firm. They call this field of study supply chain management. The facilitating functions are those activities that assist in the execution of the exchange and physical functions. Examples include marketing information processing, such as market research, customer relationship management, i.e. customer service, and after-sales servicing. So the facilitating aspect works in conjunction with the other two. And they all work together to make sure the marketing functions are working properly within an organization. Now, within an organization, there are multiple stakeholders that have oversight and or influence over marketing activities. Top management, including the board of directors of a firm, top management, including the CEO, use information that is gathered by the marketing department to develop business strategies and also to make final decisions on any new marketing programs. They could either support or limit marketing activities by approving or denying organizational resources, which includes money and the allocation of people or staff to carrying out marketing activities. Other departments in the organization, such as human resources, finance, and production, the functional areas, as we described them a bit earlier, consume market information and provide support to marketing functions by ensuring that the production capabilities to produce the product, the critical employees needed to develop the product are in place, and that financing is available to the marketing department to carry out their activities. And finally, the marketing department itself is responsible for managing marketing activities through the development or adjustment of what's known as the 4 P's of marketing. The 4 P's of marketing is the principal role of the marketing department. The 4 P's of marketing are also referred to as the marketing mix. They include product, they include the price of the product, the promotion or advertising, and the place or distribution, where the product can be bought. All of the 4 P's or the marketing mix should be strategized and put together around one common goal, and that common goal is around the customer and what the customer wants and what the customer's needs and expectations are. The course moving forward will be set up explaining the marketing mix and how strategies are put in place around the marketing mix for companies to be successful. Now, marketing strategies can be applied to many things. The product, so to speak, can be both tangible and intangible items, such as these items that are listed in this diagram. It not only be applied to physical goods, which here is listed as products, and physical goods are things that can be touched and held and owned, such as an iPad, but it also includes service or services, such as education. It could be people, such as politicians. It could be places, such as Florida. It could be causes or ideas, such as cancer research. And it could be events, such as a concert or party. All of these examples listed here are items, for lack of a better word, that could have marketing strategies created around them. So what we can take out of this is that basically anything can be marketed. Marketing not only includes the physical, the facilitating, and the exchange functions mentioned earlier. Marketing also contains a specific set of processes and activities, such as assembling, pricing, and promoting, undertaken by the organization. The undertaking of these activities leads to the development of products and/or services and/or ideas, which allows for the fulfillment of organizational goals. The number one organizational goal, or the number one goal of any organization, is to make a profit. These processes are not the sole responsibility of an organization's marketing department. They actually can encompass an entire organization. However, marketing is a lot more than just developing, advertising, and selling a product. It is about creating value for customers, especially in this day and age in which money invested in certain programs is not as plentiful as it was in the past. So creating value for customers will keep customers coming back again and again. This allows the organization to keep generating profits or to meet other organizational goals without the high cost of acquiring new customers. Now, value is a very important concept in marketing, and value can only be determined by the individual consumer, because each individual consumer has a different definition of value. But value, at its base, no matter what each individual customer defines it as, has one specific core concept, and that concept is of utility. Put another way, marketing solves problems for individuals. If you go out and you buy coffee at Starbucks, you're attracted to Starbucks because of their marketing mix, their collection of products, the specific pricing within your budget, where you can get that product, and how you know about that product drives you there to fill a need or to solve a problem or to satisfy a need. Marketing satisfies consumer needs, whether they're physical needs such as thirst or hunger, or wants. Marketing solves those problems by creating products or services that'll solve those needs, pricing them where people can afford them, advertising them so people know they're available, and selling them in areas or in distribution outlets convenient for the consumer so that they could easily buy them. So when we refer to utility of a product, it really is the problem satisfying power of a product. And when we say problem, we could always replace that with need. Creating value for customers begins through the understanding of their wants and their needs. Doing so allows a business to A, develop stronger customer relationships, and B, build loyalty from customers. Companies build customer relationships through its customer relationship management or CRM activities. To know which customers to build relationships with, companies need to understand a customer's lifetime value, which is the projected sales and profit a customer is expected to generate for a company over the course of the relationship between the firm and the customer. Building relationships allows for a longer term or a longer lifetime term, which will lead to a greater lifetime value. You could only build a relationship with a customer by understanding them. And you can only understand them by getting to know them. This is a fairly new concept within marketing. At its genesis, marketing was very different than it is today. Whereas in current times, marketing is all about creating value and building relationships with customers. This is a process that has evolved over the years. Beginning in its inception, marketing was product oriented. It has moved, or product orientation means creating products and driving your marketing activities or strategies around the production of products. It then moved to a sales orientation, where it was concerned with selling the product. It then moved to a consumer orientation, and then finally now to a relationship orientation over the past 3 or 4 decades. In this relationship orientation period, companies are seeking ways to deliver value to customers in an effort to establish long-lasting relationships. Companies may spend more in the short term to develop these relationships, but companies look at these costs as investments for the long term. Building on this idea, many companies have begun implementing socially responsible orientations in order to connect more deeply with customers. The idea behind this is that customers will seek out companies that conduct business in an ethical and in a sustainable fashion. So marketing evolves, and it evolves around the needs of its customers. Any successful company will have the consumer at the center of its marketing strategies. Doing so allows a company to focus on meeting the needs of a consumer and demonstrates to the consumer that they know them, which will in turn create a long-lasting relationship. This concludes this portion of the lecture relating to Chapter 1 in the Introduction of Marketing.